Good evening. I'm here on the Vasten Dimension server. I'm actually working on building a Foundry. Um, and I was just going to go ahead and throw it up, but I figured I would go ahead and do some recording and um, maybe do some block placing on video. Um, all in all, the new texture pack from Germsy is actually quite nice. I love how these textures blend into each other. So all of the brick textures will blend into the textures next to them, and it gives it this really nice effect. So you get this cool like scalloped corner here that gives you a nice edging on the building. So you got stone brick here, which you can kind of see here. I'm gonna go sleep so you can see it a little bit better. So yeah, so you can see these how the edges blend into each other. So when you get this, um, when you build the frame, you can get a nice arched window frame without having to use staircases. So that in and of itself makes for a rather amazing layout design. So you can do a flat wall that's not flat and still get depth in the wall. So I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of these buildings up, throw on some roofs, and we'll see what we get from there. Okay, first person time lapse didn't work out real well on this computer. Just the resolution wasn't high enough, and just being that close to the action doesn't really work real great. It's kind of like riding a roller coaster, so I went ahead and cut that out. We're just going to do a quick walkthrough of what I've got done so far. Um, I've got the three main buildings done. I've got the edges put in so that you can see the scalloping in the blocks. Um, the main building here would be just kind of like the entryway where like shipments and whatnot would come in. Imagine wagons pulling in through here. Um, I've also kind of connected it to this ruin that Juxie built. I don't know if he was ever planning on coming back and doing anything like this, but it looks like it was just kind of like a wall that is part of a building that used to be here. So I kind of played off of that and used that as kind of inspiration for this building, and that maybe they were part of the same complex at one point. But since it was there and he's left the tree here, I just assumed that it was a ruin. So I played off of that and then built into this area here. So we've got the interior, we've got the crates, lining the walls. And in this texture pack, the crates are actually a note block. Um, in the back here, we've got the blast furnaces. You can get access into the fire. We've got magma blocks there for just texture effects. And then the three blast furnaces here, they all do actually feed into the chest here so that you don't have to keep reaching back in there to get them out. You do have to reach in there to feed them. I don't have a feeding system in there because that would, be visible. More crates throughout here. The foundry area where you've got kind of the molten metal going down into what would be the mold. And then you'd put your molds out here on the floor. We've got anvils, quench water on both sides. Um, More crates. And then there's actually a ladder in here that goes up to the second floor. And as well outside, we've got a wraparound staircase, which the staircase actually looks a little bit better. I did have poles going down, but they ended up right in the middle of the street. So I ended up with these kind of supports along the side of the building instead. And so the wraparound staircase goes up. We've got two small bedrooms upstairs. This is the smaller one, so a single bed, a little bit of design. It's kind of just standard bedroom design. We've got a small kitchen here with the fire access, and this actually is the same chimney that goes over the blast furnaces. So got campfire there to get the smoke effect, and also to give you access to the fire. Small breezeway here goes up into a larger bedroom. And this larger bedroom here's got the nice big open windows that give you a rather commanding view of the area. But as we fill in buildings, this view is going to be more of a street view. You're going to see down into the city streets rather than out into the countryside. I am anticipating another building going right there. There will be plenty of buildings back here, starting with a warehouse, which I think is probably going to be my next build. And that's it for this build. I am going to work on getting a camera account on this server. That's going to require some help from a mod. Um, shouldn't be a big deal. Oh, I also I didn't forgot to mention this. The roof on this building is actually incomplete. So what I did was I actually put the scaffolding in here as a design element. I could have just put a roof on it, but instead I put the scaffolding in to show that the roof is being worked on, threw some torches down for lighting, and then just left the scaffolding so to show that, this is a building that was ruined, that's actively being repaired, so that it's not just, a immaculate building that's ready to go and fully repaired. The flat roof, of course, would provide protection against the elements initially, but of course, everybody's going to want the peaked roof for aesthetics and for better handling of the rain. So the scaffolding kind of shows that this is still being worked on. So that's it for this video. Thank everybody for sitting through it, and we'll see you next time. Be sure to hit that like button if you got a kick out of the video, and if you want to see more like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But for now, that's it for the Nord Brothers. I'm Morgoran, and we'll see you next time.